Hello, I'm Doug, and this is the Taste and Sensibility channel. And today we're at episode number 23 of Mild Melty Cheeses, where we're looking at cheeses with milder flavors, but a luscious melty texture usually. And this corresponds to the Havarti Gateway in Liz Thorpe's book, The Book of Cheese. So this particular cheese is not listed in here, but on a recent Tomme buying spree I went on at a cheese shop, I got this one. And she taught me about tomes, and this one sounds interesting. It's a French tome from a cheesemaker called Rodolphe Lemonnier. And I think when you look at the cheese company's website, they say Tomme de Fermier. So I think he's a cheesemaker who gets cheeses from other sources, from the creameries, from the dairies, the farms, and then ages them himself. So as soon as I figure out how to get into this thing, wow, that's got lots of colors. So let's look this over. The main thing is a greenish brown. It's a pretty big wedge. And there's a little difference in color in the center versus close to the rind, much like Breeze had. I think a lot of this will survive the video, so I will save the wrapper. Maybe I should show off the name somewhere, somehow. There, maybe that's visible. So this cheese has some funky aromas. One of them was ammonia when I opened it up, so I'm waiting for that to dissipate. So this cheese might be getting to the end of its useful life. Now that it's opened up, exposed to air, all that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and cut a wedge off of that, and just knowing how I go, I'll go ahead and cut another piece and get that ready. So I'm not going to eat the rind in this thing, but I don't mind cutting it close or leaving a scrap of rind behind. So this cheese shop they do have some sort of cheese club, so they're used to shipping cheese. So I'll go ahead and put a link in to St. James Cheese Company in New Orleans, because they may ship things. It might be a good source for people who can't get high-end cheeses otherwise. Oh yeah, and the price on this guy, separated from the name, it is $25 a pound, and I got 0.43 pounds in this chunk. So the rind doesn't have strong aromas. It's fusty and moldy and old, but it doesn't, it's not what jumped out of the package at me. So I will sample some interior pieces and some exterior pieces. Let's kind of see what the rind contributes. So I'll go to the middle of the cheese first. Wow. It is young, soft, squishy. No strong aromas on the cheese. If there's anything, it's a dairy butter type smell. Ooh. Mmm. Buttery texture, very rich. It's a cow's milk cheese. I don't think they would add cream to it, but it's that sort of level of fat and lushness and mouthfeel. Woo. Buttery notes, salt, cream. Wow, it's just dairy. It's very young, it seems like, on the inside. So right next to the rind, let's see what flavors pop out. Oh. Stronger, older, Farmhouse, barnyard, hay, grass. Place where a bunch of cows are stomping around. That's what I get on that. Okay, that is a nice cheese. The texture is wonderful. The flavor is mild, except next to the rind. So, I'm going to put that on this little weird cracker with fruits and nuts in it. And see how it gets along with crackers. That goes. And the cheese lets the fruit poke out. And nuts and toastiness of the cracker material. Okay, that works. The strong flavors don't hinder other flavors that I can tell. So on a low salt Triscuit. Tomme de Fermier. Okay, the dairy notes are barely pulling it out of the cracker tastes and flavors. But it works. Saltiness, dairyness, buttery notes. Okay, pretty good. I'm gonna try an oily crostini. And the cheese is bigger than the cracker. Okay, I think the cheese is well salted, not too much. And the cracker is probably over salted and oily with olive oil. And that combination was just this lush, decadent, oily mouthfeel. And the salt equalized out and distributed itself so nothing was too salty. Tasting. Wow. Okay, let's do a little cleaning. Let me make some smaller pieces here. And one thing I want to try that happens on my last tome, okay, I'll take that, was that my tome on this Biscoff cracker gave me really unexpected flavors. Happening again. Wow, great combination. The cracker, if you aren't familiar with the Biscoff, is like a overcooked, overly browned graham cracker. There's some cinnamon notes. There's dark browned wheat. It tastes like they maybe poured coffee into it at some points. It's just a dark set of flavors and a little sweetness. And the creaminess and buttery notes of the cheese work so well with that and give you all sorts of coffee and chocolate flavors. And they just go together. It's unexpected, just a surprise in your mouth. So, yep. What else? Let's move on to the pairing plate over here. So I want to take a piece of mango and have it slip and slide around my fingers. And it's just mango and cheese. And see how that goes. It's like those creamy mango drinks in Indian restaurants or elsewhere. Oh yes. Yes, yes, yes. The fruitiness contrasts at every point with the cheese by moisture and salt and fruit flavors popping versus the mild dairy notes of the cheese. Great, great, great. What's the next thing I might try? Sun-dried tomatoes. Get along with so many things because they're different. They're sweet and tangy. They pick up some earthiness when they're dried, maybe even smokiness. So a smattering of sun-dried tomatoes on this little piece of Tomme. And it goes with that in every way. Tanginess, the sweetness of the tomatoes. I got a lot of smokiness and earthiness. And the cheese lets it come right through. So if you got enough of the tomato mass on there, that really works and really interesting. Okay, very good, very good. And something I want to try. I'm going to do a little bit of a honey pairing. So I have here a Greek thyme honey, meaning honey from the thyme blossoms that bees collect. Nectar from thyme blossoms. Ready for a little thyme honey on this Tomme and cracker. Let's see if there's enough on the spoon. So you can make a short-lived design on your honey cracker. And the honey by itself is fairly standard with a little touch of a herbal nut. So, Tomme, flatbread, thyme honey. Oh, that's different than most things we've done. But that works. Okay, another thumbs up on the pairing. And I think for my last trick here, I'm going to do a few sunflower seeds, which have been surprisingly strong in the past. And that may be too many for such a mild cheese. They have a strong flavor, and I can probably show you how soft the cheese is here. I just pressed it right in. This is not very firm cheese. Strong, salty, nutty notes from the beginning. Just the aroma was strong. Wow, that works so well on many different levels. It's almost like bacon. Salty, savory, nutty, umami flavors coming in. So, this is a wonderful cheese. It's not very available because of the cheese shop access it requires. So you might be able to find it or some comparable cheese in a shop near you. But again, please like this video, share it with others, leave comments and questions down below, and subscribe to the channel and click on that bell to get notified when the next video comes out. So we are moving through these mild melty cheeses. We have a few more to go. So come back for that, and cheers.